Hello and welcome back. Today we are looking at what the alphabet agencies were. So last lesson we looked at Roosevelt's New Deal, and part of his New Deal were the alphabet agencies. To start off today's lesson, we are going to have a bit of recall. So I would like you to pause, answer the 5 questions as your do now task, and then come back to go through the answers. Okay, so question number 1. How many states voted for Hoover in the 1932 election, and how many voted for Roosevelt? 6 voted for Hoover and 42 voted for Roosevelt. Question number 2. What were the 3 R's? They were relief, recovery, and reform. Question number 3. What were fireside chats? So they were radio talks given by Roosevelt to boost the morale of the American people. Question number 4. A medicine throwback. Who was William Harvey and what did he discover? So William Harvey was a physician who discovered that blood was pumped around the body clockwise by the heart. So previously it had been thought that it was the liver that was in control of the blood. Finally, what were the 3 Ks that women were expected to uphold in Nazi Germany? And that was Kinder, Küche, Kirche. And that's children, kitchen, church. Remember that that's a big change compared to what their lives were like between 1924 and 29, when they considerably improved. So, make sure that you've got those answers written down. If you didn't have them before, make sure that you have added them. If you got them correct, make sure you've given yourself a nice big tick. So, let's get on with today's lesson. The first thing we're going to look at is what the alphabet agencies actually were. So, during Roosevelt's first 100 days, part of his attempts to improve the lives of the Americans meant that he set up lots of these organisations, and they're known as the alphabet agencies because they were often referred to by their acronyms. So, for example, the Public Works Administration was the PWA. So we're going to watch a quick video and then we'll come back and I'll go through your task. And we're watching this because I think it's hilarious.
Government with the invisible hand. Do you want a new deal? Do ya? Do you want a new deal? Do ya? Do you want a new deal? Do ya? 'Cause Roosevelt's gonna give it to ya. 'Cause Franklin Lee's gonna give it to ya. 'Cause FDR's gonna give it to ya. Nothing to fear but fear itself. 'Cause Roosevelt's got the watch. New deal. Roosevelt's got the watch. Still depressed? Let me tell you a little something. New deal helps you out. 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 So let's enact it. If the courts know our stacking, that Congress ain't buying, can't fault the brother for trying. Depression ain't over, but it gets us so much closer. We've nothing to fear but fear itself, 'cause Roosevelt's got the one.
Okay, so maybe that gave you some insight into the New Deal a little bit more. If anything, it might give you something to help you remember it. So, your task now, using the information in the table that's provided, you're going to colour code the alphabet agencies into 3 groups. Which ones were intended to relieve the situation, which ones were intended as reform, and which ones were intended as recovery. So if you need a bit of help with that, you need to check back to your work from last lesson, which explains in a bit more detail what those 3 R's are. If you didn't do the work last lesson, have a look back at the sheet that was provided with it to help you. So let's have a look at that. Here we go. So, for example, our first one is the Agricultural Adjustment Act, or the AAA. That said that it was set up to increase farm prices and farmers' incomes, and to achieve this, production levels would have to drop. So as production fell, prices would rise and farmers would begin to recover. So they'd be paid by the government to produce less. So we need to decide, is that relief? So is it to assist in the removal of poverty, provide food for the starving, intervene to prevent people from losing homes or farms? Is it to boost the economy so that people could get jobs? Or is it a welfare provision? Is it something put in place like unemployment benefits, sickness benefits, pensions? I would say this one is a relief act. It is intended to stop the farmers from losing their farms so that production levels, so that prices could rise. Okay? You could also argue that that is a recovery method as well. So I would colour that in whatever colour I've got to do with relief and recovery, and then I would move on to the next one. If you can't print this out, then I would suggest that you create a table and just put the names of the alphabet agencies into that. And in addition, then I would suggest you pick 5 really important ones and write them down, just so that you've got them noted somewhere for your revision. Okay, last task then, we are going to have a look at some source analysis. You are going to use sources K and L and your own knowledge to explain how Roosevelt helped industry. So source K is a cartoon published in 1933, and Roosevelt here is seen as the worker and businessman beneath the arms of Uncle Sam. So Uncle Sam is like the embodiment of America. He's the symbol of the USA, and here Roosevelt is seen twice. He's both the employee and the employer. So how is this showing that he helped industry? Source L is from one of Roosevelt's fireside chats in 1933, and he's talking about employers' fair wages. So you need to look at both of these, and then you can use the sentence starters here to help you to answer the question of how they demonstrate that Roosevelt helped industry. And once you have done that, you should submit all of your work from today via Show My Homework or by emailing your teacher. Good luck!